stop crying. Like, why am I crying? So I'm supposed to be on a flight right now to get back to the States with Brian, but I'm in Krakow because I made a mistake. I lost my passport. I'm Lauren Kelly from It's the Kellys, your travel guru that gives you all of the advice on travel and packing and how to make travel easier and how to do it more often, and yeah, any travel question I can pretty much answer for you. But what do you do when you get to the airport to board your flight and you realize you don't have your passport? So this is going to be an entirely different video. I guess this is going to be my situation and walking through it while I go through it. So stay tuned for the result. Hopefully I get home. All right, so let's talk about how I got lost. Last night we did an overnight bus to get from Zagreb, Croatia, all the way up to Krakow, Poland, which is where I am right now. Just like a flight, it kind of had a layover where we had to switch buses at 3:30 in the morning, and that was in Vienna. So leg number one, we went from Croatia, we crossed the border into Slovakia, and then we crossed the border into Austria, and we had several different passport stops. And every single passport check, I did have my passport and I got a stamp for it. Then, because it was the middle of the night bus, I kept falling asleep and waking up and falling asleep and waking up. And then we switched buses. We had about an hour and a half at the Vienna bus station and then got on the bus from Vienna to Krakow. So I had to have lost it on that very first bus. I know that bus is going all the way to Prague, and I know it's not there yet because I did already contact the bus, or at least the bus company. So fingers crossed that it's on the bus and somehow it comes back to me. Got off at the airport, went to get in line, and I realized I did not have my passport. So I went into the information office. I asked if I could use the copy of the passport that I have in my phone. They said I could not, which I figured was a pretty slim chance anyway. They said I'm gonna have to contact the embassy, and the embassy doesn't open until Monday at 8:30 in the morning. Now, there's not really anything that I can do right now except hope and pray that my passport is on that bus and somehow gets returned to me before Monday. That would be the absolute best case situation. The only thing else I can do is sit and wait for the embassy to open on Monday and hopefully get an emergency passport. As of right now, I did send Brian home on the plane, so he's just continuing on the journey home. I do not have a flight home right now. We flew with LOT Airlines and they did not have any flights that they could get me home on unless I were going to pay $3,000 to go on business class. Plus, I didn't want to book a flight until I knew when I could get home. Maybe this happened to me so that I could make this video and help you when you lose your passport abroad. I don't know. Okay, so assuming I'm going to need to get a new passport on Monday, I am first going to go to a place to get my passport photo done. So let's check that off the list. Not the best passport photo I've ever taken, but I really don't care right now. All right, headed back to the hotel now. No news. I keep checking my email like crazy to see if perhaps they found my passport on the bus, but I haven't gotten such an email. I did book a tour for tomorrow because tomorrow's Sunday and there's literally nothing I can do, so I figure I might as well do a tour, try to get my mind off of everything. So I'm gonna go to the mountains. Okay, so a little update. I did my amazing tour today, which was so much fun. I definitely recommend that you go kind of to the mountains or do some sort of day trip out of Krakow if you have the time while you are here. And I'm going to put that into the top 10 list of our Krakow video. So stay tuned for a little bit more of that. I have had a couple of people reach out and say that this has happened to them before, and they were the first ones in line at the embassy in the morning, and they had a passport in their hand within an hour or two. So fingers crossed that tomorrow morning that's exactly what's going to happen to me. A lot of the times today I have been looking up flights to get really creative as to how to get home. So I do have a couple of flights on my radar. I am not booking them yet, just in case. And when I say researching flights, I mean out of Krakow, out of Warsaw. I've literally looked at everything. And then not only did I look up all of those to leave out of, but I've also looked up landing in New York, landing in Chicago. Skyscanner must either hate me right now or love me right now. Good morning, it's Monday, it is passport day. Last night, I got an email reply from the day I originally lost my passport. So it says, "Hello Lauren, the Krakow Post can issue an emergency passport for you on Monday. You will need to fill out the DS11 and DS64 forms. Your appointment has been scheduled on July 11th at 8:45. Thank you. American Citizen Services, U.S. Consulate, General Krakow, Poland." So Brian and I got married in 2021, and because we had so many flights scheduled for our honeymoon and then for other things, I kept my old passport and was traveling under my maiden name, even though my name was legally changed to Lauren Kelly. And then the timing to change my passport to Lauren Kelly was never really appropriate with all of the different trips that I had scheduled. I have trips scheduled all the way through November of 2022, and they are scheduled under my maiden name, so I never wanted to change my passport until after I get back from that trip. Obviously that passport is now gone. If you find it, look at it, because there's a lot of really cool stamps and visas in there. So the big dilemma for today is, do they still give me a passport under Lauren Lindner because they are just replacing the passport that I lost, even though that's not technically my current legal name, or do they give me the new one, which is Lauren Kelly, and then all of my flights for the rest of the year are kind of screwed up. So anyway, I'm gonna fill out these forms, get ready, pack my stuff, and head to the embassy. And then hopefully book a flight and get out of here. No offense, Krakow, you were really fun. Don't forget to fill out your passport forms in black ink. And this is not black ink. Crap. What do I always say to travel with pens? And then the only pens I have is a purple one and a green one and a blue one. Are you serious? Okay, I'm back. Obviously no filming was allowed at the embassy, and they even made me put my phone in a locker. But I can tell you guys about the experience. So I go in and there's security, just like airport security. I only brought like a little purse with me with absolute essentials in it. So then I go in and I'm the first one there. My appointment was at 8:45, but around 8:32 I went in anyway, and I was really glad that I did, because once they processed all of my paperwork and everything, there was a huge line of people. As for the name change, they did want me to use Lauren Kelly instead of my maiden name. So I did have to show my marriage license, which I always travel with anyway, but they did do me a favor and they put a little thing in the passport that says can also be known as, and then my maiden name. So about the passport itself, it is a temporary passport that is good for 1 year, and it was $165. And I have the receipt with me so that when I go to apply for my normal US passport, I can show them the receipt and then I don't have to pay for it. So essentially I just paid for my new passport now, but all I am getting is my emergency passport. And I should have my passport in hand by 4 o'clock. Now, immediately after stepping out of the embassy, I went to go and book my flight that I had saved that was going to be my best option. Fingers crossed, please, that everything goes well. So at midnight tonight, I am taking an overnight bus to Vienna, flight to Athens, to Sofia, Bulgaria, Germany, and then I go to Detroit. That's my journey so far. Update you in a little bit. This has been such a whirlwind. I have been to more countries in the past few days than anyone usually goes on in their lifetime. All right, final official update until I get home. I am now in Frankfurt, Germany, and about to board my last leg of the trip and land in Detroit to finally be home after Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 days of craziness. I'd like you to meet my beautiful purple passport. This is the little endorsement that says that I am also known as Lauren Lindner. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stampable pages. Every gate agent that has checked me in has giggled. Every security person has giggled. And even all of the people that stamp your passports at customs have giggled. I even had one person tell me, "Oh my gosh, thank you for showing me that. I've never seen this before. You really made my day." I'm like, you're welcome. I'm sorry that this video is a lot of talking, but I do want to keep it somewhat informational so that if anyone else loses their passport abroad, you can know exactly what to do to get your purple passport. And what a learning experience to always check your passport, like every single day on your trip. Just make sure you have it. You're like, oh, yeah, good, I got it, okay. Awesome. Hope this never happens to you. Love you so much. Have a good day, and subscribe and comment down below. And to all of you that witnessed my journey through Instagram the whole time and sent your love and support, thank you so much. And I'm ready to go home. Bye.